We haven't necessarily chose our theme song yet, like the theme song, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll fuck, I don't remember which one. Let's just go with this one. We'll see which this one is. So episode starting now.
I spoke to that. I spoke to that. Calvin and Lawz in a far back with a new episode of I spoke to that. I spoke to that. Oh.
Back,
Yeah.
we're
Welcome.
back in business.
Welcome back in business to the first episode of I'll Smoke to That. First official episode. You got me, Calvin Valentine. You got Lawz Spoken, also known as Cobra, and you got Epp, also known as
Hello.
Big Epp. I don't know
Big
how to
dog.
pronounce that, but
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think that's the first time I think
never said that
you've
before.
ever.
Yeah, that's the first time here now, but we'll run with it. It's all right.
Trying it on. Trying it on.
It's all right. It's early. It's early. We'll figure out a cease and desist situation. Don't worry about
Yeah, exactly.
it.
We might edit that out, actually.
Cut the whole thing. Start
Cut the
again.
whole thing.
Yeah, yeah.
We're done.
Yep.
We're done. We're done.
Run it back.
Yeah.
Play that song again.
This is the I'll Smoke to That podcast. You know, we get stony baloney. We talk about some VHS movies. And this week we watched How High. So every week we watch a movie, and this week we watched How High. And shit, let's just like jump into it. Law's over there got the How High t-shirt, and he's got the VHS.
Look at
She got
that.
this T-shirt when we were in LA last time,
Mhm.
visiting you, all three of
Mm.
us.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, we got it at that one store. I can't remember what it's called, but they had a bunch of stuff.
Great
I
spot.
got, I got that half baked shirt there too.
All
Wait,
Shout
are
right.
you
out to that
talking about
store.
like that big one?
No, it was
I
like a
just
strip
say
mall.
bleep that out or some shit. I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
Got
It's in
you.
that strip mall.
Hey, Lawz,
It's sick
bleep
though.
bleep that out when I say that. Bleep that out. They don't get any free promo.
Yeah, yeah, the old free promo.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, that's why I didn't say
Bleep.
that. Oh, we ain't say yeah. We'll
Yeah,
figure it out.
I done fucked up. I done fucked up.
I
But
already
yeah,
have an idea.
we watched How High. This movie, I don't have the VHS with me. I'm unprepared. I was just watching it, so it's in the other room. This movie came out in what, like 2000 and
2001?
2002.
2002.
2002.
Okay.
So you had the
It
Blackout.
feels like it would have been 2000 though.
Yeah, because
For
you had the
sure.
Blackout album. Method Man Redman
Exactly.
had this joint album
Great
called
album.
Blackout. Incredible front to back. Great listen. Like bunch of tracks produced by Eric Sermon.
Yep.
Uh,
Eric Sermon, Rockwilder.
yeah, Rock Wilder, all that. It was very fire. My homie gave it to me in 7th grade for my birthday.
Damn, that's crazy.
Never left the rotation. Still have the vinyl, still bump it on a regular. Incredible album. So that's probably why we think it was around that time. I think that came out.
Yeah, exactly.
99.
Production
Yep.
was crazy. The whole
It was
thing.
wild. The whole
Not
album.
one bad joint.
Yeah, 20
No.
tracks, something like that. 21 tracks, something like that.
Not one bad song at all.
Yeah, so that led into Method Man Redman having a TV show on MTV. It was kind of like
Yep.
they were like pull pranks on people. And
Yeah, that's right. I remember that.
yeah,
Very short lived.
very short lived. They would do a little, I don't know if they had skits or it was kind of like half day in the life, half like pulling pranks. I remember like the one I remember the most was they brought like Ludacris in the studio.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the ribbit. Ribbit.
Yeah, and they like played him like a horrible beat, just like a god awful beat. And Ludacris went in and he spit
Yeah.
his
He
verse.
killed it. He
People
said,
forget.
ribbit,
People forget how
ribbit.
tight Ludacris is.
Okay, can we say Ludacris one of the most like underrated feature killers in the game?
Yeah, I
For
think
sure.
it's
Everybody
underrated.
know, Jada,
In
Kiss.
general,
Kiss is up there.
underrated.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe one of the like top 5 voices. For me, it's Aesop Rock and Luda as far as voices go.
Wow. Those
And
guys
Busta Rhymes. Maybe those 3.
both got a great voice too. Those are great.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with those three.
Yeah. I don't know if I don't know. But Luda is incredible. He's got great
Yeah.
album. Dope rapper. Yeah, he does have a great voice. Came from radio and shit, so it makes sense. Like
Chris Lover. Yep.
back when you
Wow.
had to have a good voice to be a rapper.
True.
You know, need a good voice anymore to be a rapper. But that's my old head moment.
Old head moment of the
Old
day.
head moment of the
Old
day.
head moment of the day. Rappers used to have good voices. But yeah, so I don't know if you could even watch that. I'm sure it's on YouTube or some shit.
Oh yeah, I'm sure
Right,
it is.
yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
so that built up their, they're buzzing, and then that built it up into I mean, buzzing's a very terrible way to describe Method Man. Like
Yeah,
two of
exactly.
the
As
biggest rappers at
for
the
the
time.
TV screen, you know,
Yeah,
the
for
TV
movies
screen.
and television.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
not for music, not at all.
yeah. They
Nobody
were,
knew them for their acting chops yet. Nobody really
Yeah.
knew.
And
I mean, that's not
they
true.
both.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say they both did incredible job acting too.
Absolutely.
They're just comedians, you know. They're so funny, so it's just natural for them.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Like if you watch Redman's videos and shit, they were always really animated.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell they strong personalities and shit. I mean, especially like Method Man being able to stand out of Wu-Tang. You're around like 10, 11 dudes, and you can kind of shine from that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaks
Yeah, true.
to it. So
And he still acts too. He got a TV
Mhm.
show, right?
Yep.
he just done a bunch of shit. He was in Belly.
Classic.
Yeah,
Classic
Belly,
character.
dude. Speaking of good actor rappers, DMX was great in Belly too.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. R.I.P.
Cradle to the Grave.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So yeah, Cradle to Grave. That's a great one. Romeo Must Die.
Yeah, Romeo Must Die. He got a few good movies under his belt. But yeah,
Mhm.
Method Man was in The Wire and shit.
Bruh, The Wire. That people, if you haven't seen The Wire, that's a must watch.
That's a must watch. So
Get the DVD collection, just run through it.
yeah, and just power through it. Try to power through it because
Yeah, it's a long run.
it's a long run. It's a long run. I remember there was like one season where it was just like, when they went to the docks. I can't remember what season.
That's when it got a little weird. I want to say that was season 4.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
I want to say. Spoiler, hey, yeah.
No.
Spoiler alert for a show that's 20 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that led to this movie, How High. And really like one of my favorite Method Man Redman songs came off this soundtrack, which is I think it's just called How High 2 or some shit like that. And
Isn't it How
Mhm.
High the remix?
no, because like How High the remix is like on the Blackout album, and this wasn't on the Blackout.
Oh yeah, okay.
Right.
You're right.
This is
That's
a-
just
yeah.
one of my favorite joints
Yeah,
in
this
general.
is a joint with like
That sounds crazy.
Tony Braxton sample, another
Yep.
crazy Eric Sermon beat.
Yeah, the soundtrack was good.
And also shout out because maybe in the same universe, you just think about like whatever, man. Because they're just smoking and, rolling through in the music video. And then this movie comes, it's like, okay, these guys work way too well together.
Big.
Whatever, man, is a crazy song.
That is a crazy song, dude. That's throwback. But yeah, so that's How High. That's the I don't know. Read the back of the box, Lawz. What do we got on there? Let me put you on the spot.
Yeah, it really
I know that's my job, but I didn't grab the beat chest.
It really just has quotes on the back, like add a dash of hip hop with National Lampoon's Animal House, and you will get How High. It's just a bunch of those. It's not like the other ones have it.
Doesn't got the description.
No.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good way to describe the movie.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Basically Method Man and Redman they don't know each other. They pull up to take this test.
Mhm.
High schoolers, I guess. We're supposed to believe they're high schoolers.
Yeah.
We're supposed to believe that.
They're in high school.
I was like, these high
They took the
schoolers
test.
they
look like
got
they-
held back a
Yeah.
few years.
And they had to take their
They look like them
THCs.
right there. They look like those guys.
Whatever you do, these guys. So yeah, they pull up to take a test. When somebody's got weed, and others got the blunt. I think Redman's going to like roll the blunt, and then the
Goes out the window.
goes out the
My
window.
weed, my
Mhm.
weed.
My weed, and then
Method Man
forgot his
Got-
weed.
Got blood.
Yep, and the
got
classic.
weed.
Exactly. And then
That
that's
was it.
starts, and then they get
Sometimes that's all it takes.
Sometimes that's really all it takes. Got blunt, got weed. All right.
Got
I mean,
blunt,
got
got
joint, got joint. But
Yeah, for sure. These days.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
that's
yeah.
how you become best friends,
Yeah.
besties. So that's
best buds.
best of buzz. So that's basically it. Like Method Man grows weed. His buddy dies. He smokes his but he puts his buddy into the weed.
Yeah, he
Good old
makes it. He
Ivory.
gets his ashes. Remember, he just
Yeah, puts his ashes into the weed. Then they smoke this weed, and then he comes in and helps them pass this test, and they like ace the test and go to Harvard, and then they run amok in Harvard, and that's more or less the movie.
That's
I
more.
mean,
That's
more or
more or
less.
less the movie. That could be more, could be less. But
Yeah.
Redman wanted to smoke more
at
of
a
the
party.
Ivory. At a party, add some, rowing situations with blunts in mouth and a lot of chaos. And also, we can't forget was one of my favorite scenes, or just the army recruiter cat. He goes through his whole spiel, and then just at the end, or just be a dude who can build refrigerators.
It's good.
That shit is so hilarious.
That's a good scene. I think
Yeah.
my favorite scene is Mike Epps when he's in the car
Yeah.
as a pimp.
Oh yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
A
A
lot
lot
of
of
that
classic.
he just made up on the spot too.
too.
I think he made all that up on the spot too.
Oh, seems like it. He's just winging it. But
I,
yeah,
I fucks with you.
Dude,
what does that mean? What does that mean?
One of the other scenes too, when the coach is in the office with the dean, in this
Yep.
office right here,
yep.
and he just dipped out, he's
Oh,
dressed
yeah.
like all them, and he's like, "What are you wearing?" He's like, "Boo-foo." Boo-foo was the best.
Yeah, boo boo. Buy us, fuck you. Yeah,
Yeah, and him just getting the Cheetos all over the carpet.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I was kind of watching it this time around. I was like, damn, this movie kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's bad, bro. It's
Like,
for real. I was like, doesn't hold.
Is
Yeah, but in 2002,
Oh, fine.
Oh yeah, when I was like 13 years old and I got stoned.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
saw this at the mall. It was my favorite thing I ever seen.
Absolutely.
It's a fun watch just because Method Man and Redman are good in
But
it.
it's like that too. And you see stuff now, you're like, oh, that's kind of corny. Or like,
Right.
that's not how that works. Like, when he got the ivory bud, he plucks it off the plant, and then it's just like ready to go.
Like a nugget, yeah.
It's like you gotta cure that shit. You gotta try it.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Whole
but
process.
weed wasn't legal when they filmed this movie, so it's like, probably didn't have the same liberties. But I always wondered that.
Oh yeah.
I wonder if
I
they were
think-
smoking the real buds in the movie or if it was like
I think I read something that because you don't, it's just fake,
Right.
You don't have real, but they were.
yeah, that's like
Stay better.
Seth Rogen said that in like Pineapple Express. He's like, nah, I gotta be smoking real weed. So he's like smoking real
There
weed.
you go.
He's like 30 takes in, you're like, maybe I could have done the fake weed. Because I know that for
30
sure. Like
takes.
I remember like specifically it was like the music video we did for the green tape, the project.
Yeah.
In
In the
Oh
booth.
yeah.
yeah. And
I was there.
we shot a video at my house in Portland when I lived in Portland, and we did some shit in the studio. This was a long time ago because I was
Yeah, Craig and Josh.
Craig and Josh. I was still
Good
smoking.
guys.
So it's a long
Yeah,
time.
this must have been like 2009,
and
2010.
I apologize because I think that might have been my fault. I think that might have been my idea. I
Yeah.
was like, he should stand in the booth and just, you guys just do a time lapse. And they probably didn't even use most of that.
That one was fine. It was like, okay, smoke a blunt in the studio, whatever. I don't know how many blunts we smoked, whatever. And then we got upstairs and they're like, oh, it'd be sick if you took a bong hit up here. The lighting's really nice in your living room or whatever. I'm like, no problem. And then we did like 10 takes. We did 10 takes in like fucking 5 minutes or so. And they're like, can you just take another bong hit? Can you take another one? And I'm like, sure. And then it was like 10 bong hits deep in 5 minutes. And I was like, whoa.
Night.
I don't have to rap or do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, I still got to work.
yeah, but that's definitely a thing in music videos. I'm always like, yeah, I'll smoke in the scene. And then it's like, I'm like 5 bong hits deep and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. That's like eating scenes in movies.
Yeah.
Yep.
Don't actually start taking bites because then you got to keep doing that.
This is like some real Hollywood talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Lawz
Yeah.
knows
New rounds.
Lawz knows Hollywood real well, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's more or less the movie. It's funny. There's definitely some funny moments. There's some cringe moments, as anything would be.
Mhm.
Like it's a classic stoner movie. I didn't mean to say it sucks like it sucks, but it's like a lot of classic stoner movies. They They're just kind of shitty movies, but they're very entertaining, and they were fun when you were like first smoking weed and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And if you didn't see them then, it's definitely gonna be more corny for you than like if you have watched it already from back then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna hang out with these.
And you can't think of it like, I mean, Friday is really the LeBron and Stoner movie, so and it still holds up.
Yeah, it's a
So
great.
it's like,
No, I feel like even now, like it's not corny.
yeah, all the way through. Like you still watch, you're like, yep, this is still a go. But yeah, if this is your first time watching How High, just enjoy it for what it is, and that's it.
All right, so what do you guys rate in this movie? What are we rating?
Ooh,
What you
okay,
rating,
let me
brother?
see.
We get real close to the screen. What you rating, brother?
I think. Oh, go ahead.
Overall, with still like from when I first watched it and stuff, I definitely give it 5 blunts and a Boofu hat.
Respect.
That's my rating.
Respect. I think
Dude, me too.
There we go.
We need customs.
No. Don't give the hey, could edit this out. Don't give away ideas.
All right.
I think I'm gonna give it 3 blunts, 1 piece of a velour sweatsuit, and 1 handful of baby powder.
Yeah, the baby powder scene is
Respect.
hilarious. I mean, and Mike Epps in any time, any movie is fucking hilarious. Like,
Incredible.
never disappoints. This movie is
Exactly.
yeah, dude. I'll give it. Well, I don't smoke blunts, so I'm gonna do.
You don't have to
Yeah,
do
yeah,
blunts. I said blunts because they smoke blunts.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I said.
It's fitting.
See you smoking a blunt. I'll do. This is like a 3.5 blunt movie for me. You know, you guys had funny answers, put pressure on me. I'm not gonna do anything funny. I'm not gonna
Yeah,
say-
no, dude. Hey, you know why? Because usually you're the one who like tops it. So we're just like, okay, what
You
else
guys-
can we add?
You guys topped me before I could top y'all.
Well, hey, all right.
No pause. No. All right.
No, it's all good.
I was expecting Cameron to pop up.
Nah, it's cool. Cam, yeah, it's okay. We love each other. Cam doesn't love anybody. We get it. It's all right.
I think that should be our first little I'll smoke to that moment because I do want a Bufu hat. So I will smoke to that.
Shout out to the Bufu hat.
Yeah, we'll get 3 of them.
This is the
3 Bufus.
this is our underground classic. Oh, speaker's off. No, that's not the one. Run it back.
Run it back.
Run it back. Oh, it's this one.
I'll smoke to rap. Calvin and Lawz the Epp back with a new episode of I'll smoke to rap. I'll smoke to rap.
Yeah, that actually is crazy.
Yeah, that's too fire, low key.
Well, I'll take that one off. All right, edit and post.
Hey-o. Anyway,
Yeah, that'll have to go on the soundtrack.
Oh,
Smoke to that soundtrack.
right this
Oh yeah, that's when they're off the brownies, huh?
Yeah, that's when they're off the brownies.
Woo.
That's funny.
Every time I see him, what's his name? Do you know?
That actor?
I don't remember his name.
Yeah, I don't know.
But I just think of Let's Hustle.
Oh, Detroiters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he plays Sam's dad. Yeah, that's good stuff, man. That's good stuff. Yeah, he's a funny dude. Good times with the How High. What y'all get into? We had an eventful week last week, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, man, you guys had some fun.
It was great. We went to Seattle. Woo. Hey, you gotta switch us.
Go.
My bad.
You know what seats we're supposed
Now
to
we're all
go
here.
in.
We're all here. All
My
right,
bad,
all right.
dog. Cobra got to get the Cobra chair. My bad.
The middle one is actually a tiger chair.
Yeah, the middle one's tiger chair.
Jeez Louise.
Swap me. I mean, that's all good, you know.
All right, there we go.
There we go. There we go.
My bad, dudes. My bad. Yeah, we went up to Seattle. We had a concert at Numo's. Me and Saul put out a new album called It Ain't Pretty, but It's Beautiful. So we went up there to do the show, to do the release party. And we had a wonderful time. Lawz was holding up the vinyl if you're watching. Fantastic time. Seattle always shows a lot of love. I got to link with a lot of the homies and stayed in Capitol Hill right by the venue and shit. We were just like, it was sick. But like the Airbnb we had wouldn't let us smoke. Like not even any.
Oh, trash.
You know, like you expect like, okay, we can't smoke inside, but they had this nice little like rooftop view situation. Like, can't smoke in there.
Yeah, you can see the whole city.
Wow.
It would have been the best place to smoke in the city.
Exactly. You got a Space Needle right there, the mountains. Anyway, so we ended up basically the whole time just like we parked the homie's car like right more or less kind of like right in the street where you walk out from the Airbnb, and we just posted up there and just ripped bong hits the whole time.
Allegedly.
The whole time.
Allegedly.
It was hilarious. We were just chilling. Yeah, allegedly. It's legal.
Yeah.
It was legal.
It's legal. I'll smoke anywhere.
But it was just hella funny. It was just like standing on people just like walking, and nobody noticed. Nobody even gave a shit. It was a good reminder of like everybody's in their own zone. You know,
right?
People are chilling.
Especially like when you're in the city, you know?
Yeah, people weren't concerned. We had a great time though, and the show was off the charts, you know. The show was off the charts. But the funny thing was the Mariners gave Saul a jersey and some hats for us to have or wear, you know, like so he could wear it at the show. And of course, you know me, I like to do the little whoop, 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 bend the brim, you know, get everybody set right.
Oh, no.
I did it perfect. But I gave Lawz the hat, and all of a sudden, Lawz became the funniest person you've ever seen.
Oh,
dude, people were like coming up to me, just telling me like
how funny
the heck?
Yeah, they're like, this dude's the funniest dude ever. And Nick,
that's so good.
Nick kept going, oh my God, Lawz, you're so funny. like another one-liner from Lawz.
The
callback, bro. So Lawz was killing it. So I requested that Lawz put that hat on right now, and we'll see, does he get funnier, or was that just a Seattle thing?
Yeah, dude, it could have been the air, you know.
Prove it,
mixed with the truck bong hits.
Yeah, dude.
We'll see.
So we'll see what happens. But yeah, overall the show. Oh, I'm laughing.
I don't know. Yeah,
brim, look how
I don't know, dude.
Look how
it's a perfect man.
Brim. So yeah, I got everybody right. Wow.
Yeah, and you were the only one who didn't wear one that night.
Yeah. Well, I gave you mine.
Yeah, exactly. It's funny because like when he first gave it to me, when it was like straight bill, I was like, I don't know what size hat I am because I haven't worn a fitted in a minute.
Yeah.
And then he hands it to me, I put it on, and it goes over my ears. I look super New York. I'm like, I'm not gonna be able to do this. Yeah. Just hold up. He does this little thing, gets it perfect. I put it on, fit like a glove.
Like a glove. Yeah.
and then the rest was history.
Dude, the rest was history. It was sick.
After I put the hat on, I was able to go upstairs, and there was this area that was gated off. I was the only one who was able to get in there. I think it was a hat.
I'm telling you, they know. They knew it was. I put some energy in that cap. Yeah, I didn't wear one. I was being a diva about it because, you know, like it's a silly thing, but I just don't really like wearing hats with the black bottom. I want the gray or green under brim. And so all the new like fitteds and like, you know, the league fitteds are all black, the black under brim.
Nasty.
Yeah, you know. So I was being a bit of a diva about it. And they tried to give me the gray brim, but they weren't able to do it.
Yeah, but you know, worked out for me.
No, it's sick.
So, like I'm telling you, appreciate it.
It's a dumb
I'll wear it.
It's a dumb thing to care about.
I'm like, I like the black bottoms.
Yeah, it's probably better for you. It probably like shields your face a little.
Dude, yeah, exactly. It makes me think it's nighttime.
Yeah, I remember when they were like, I mean, they're still doing them. I remember they were doing the pink bottom super heavy, and I bought one.
Yeah,
and I did not like it. It like put this
I remember those
reddish glow on my face when I was wearing the hat for it. That it was just like it like pinked me up. I wasn't.
It gave you a filter. It gave you a filter.
It gave me a filter. I was also wearing a lot of makeup at that time, but
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You don't want to filter that.
yeah. But anyway, Seattle was fire. If you're listening and you went to the show, appreciate it, man. It was an awesome
It
show.
was tight, dude. A lot of people.
Yeah,
Was it like 500 plus?
I didn't get the final number, but it was somewhere around there.
Damn.
Yeah,
Cracking.
it was cracking, and like all the Seattle people showed out, like all the homies and all the people I've worked with, like everybody came out to support Saul, and it was awesome. And my brother Selly was up there DJing with us, so he was running the beats and like scratching, and then I was using the MPC and playing keys. And we had it was like we put the work in. It was like a real show. Like it wasn't just going out there and rap. We had like a whole theme that kind of like ran through it, and moments where Saul stepped off stage, moments where I stepped off stage, and we got to perform Cape Lookout, produced by the one and only
Green
Lawz Spoken.
Team.
Yeah, little
Yeah.
going off a Green Team adventure.
Yeah,
So,
that was sick. And it sounded so good.
yeah, I was bumping, and yeah, it was awesome, man. So shout out to
Good
Saul.
spot.
That's the homie. Yeah,
Yeah, shout out to Saul.
shout out to Numos. Everybody there was hella nice. Oh, and then the crazy thing is that I went to Throwbacks Northwest.
Mm-hmm.
And so like when T&E was a thing, which was a group that Epp and myself were in, we would do shows in Seattle. And this was like, again, 2010 to 13, 14 time, like,
Yeah.
heavy on getting the snapbacks and all the sports gear as we
Oh, yeah.
still are. And Throwback Northwest was a place we used to go to. And I went in there and like saw the dude who was working. I just said, what up? I'm like, weren't y'all at a different spot? Because now they're like on Pike Street. And
Oh, okay.
he was like, actually, I owned another shop that you used to come into. And he's like, and then I bought up Throwbacks Northwest and like made this spot or whatever. And he like recognized me and like remembered T&E and shit. It was crazy.
That's tight.
Yeah, it was tight. I was like, damn, you got a solid memory, bro. But
Yeah,
like,
that's
that
crazy.
looked familiar too. His name's Real. Very nice dude.
Oh, yeah. That's okay. There it is.
See,
So,
Epp got that memory too, though.
yeah, that's
I just
Hey,
remember
shout-
because
Shout
I
out to
remember
Rico.
like shout out to
Real.
Rico. I remember because like he was just so damn cool. Like we went in there and we were just like talking.
Mhm.
It was like he knew us, for a minute. Because as soon as you just have a connection with like sports and throwbacks and vintage heat, those people definitely because they get a lot of jerks. They get a lot of jerks that come through there.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And we were spending.
So-
I remember spending
Lot of snobs.
there too.
Yeah.
I remember buying shit. They had that one bin and it was like the $10 snapback bin.
Yeah. They had some heat in there.
They always have a little heat in there, but also just like I was getting some shit, getting jerseys and stuff. I'm sure a few of my jerseys are probably from them. Low key.
Yep. Yeah.
But yeah, it was dope and it was just like crazy. I was like, damn, bro, like that's what's up, man. So it was good to see him and check out his new shop. It was fire.
Yeah. Shout out
Real.
to Edo. Shout out to Throwbacks Northwest.
Yeah, it was sick. So that was a Seattle trip in a nutshell.
Yeah, in a nutshell.
It was
Always a great time. Always good people.
Seattle's always been great and like
Every time I've gone.
Yep.
yeah, and like there's just a bunch of homies there, like random, like Budo was in town, like there's just people, I mean, like
Tight.
Yeah, I got to meet Budo. That
yeah,
was sick.
my homie Jay Thick was like all these people who kind of live in LA just like happen to be up in Seattle as well. So
That's crazy.
so like Jay Thick, Oblay, just like a bunch of people. It was just like, oh damn, y'all are all here too. So
Yeah.
it's fire.
Because Oblay's from Seattle, right?
Yeah, Oblay's from Seattle.
Yeah.
All those dudes are from Seattle, so it's like
Oh, word. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, like Jay Thick, he's like I met him through Travis and he was like Tyler's engineer or like whatever you call it. Tyler was kind of like teaching him how to engineer when I met him. And that was like 5 years ago or something. And now he's like really good engineer, mixes. So he like DJs and shit too. He's just a hilarious guy. So it was just dope to see him. So when we're hanging out backstage and he was like, bro, I didn't know you like rapped like that. And I was like, well, that's what everybody was saying because I like got up and like spit a verse or whatever. And it's like when you do that in front of the people that you like only produce for, they're usually like, what the fuck? So
Yeah.
they were all giving me props, but he's like, once you started doing this, he's like, I got the tingles, bro. You gave me the tingles.
Oh shit, that's so good.
So funny.
Gave me the tingles.
It's so funny.
He said, "I love Calvin Rapids."
I knew exactly what he talked about because there was this one where I watched the video back. I'm like, oh, there's this one point where I was like doing this on stage, like with whatever the pattern I was doing, rapping, just kind of like shaking back and forth all smooth.
Yeah.
It was hella funny though. But yeah, it was fun to do a show too. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. Shout out to Seattle. A lot of love.
Yeah, shout out to Saul, shout out to Seattle. It ain't pretty,
Shout out
but
to Saul. Shout out to Seattle.
that's the album. That's the album. We made it in over the course of a handful of years, kind of chipped away at it over time, you know, and it turned out dope. It's got Illa J on it. It's got Carly Gibbard on it. I said her name wrong. Sorry, Carly. Jabber. And shit, it's got other people too, man. Sick.
When's that dropping, by the way?
Oh, dude, it's been dropped. That was the release party.
Drop. There we go.
This guy hasn't
Let
even
him. It's out now.
This is one of
It's
my
out
best
now.
friends, and he hasn't even listened to the fucking record. That's
You
crazy.
supposed to tell him it's
Hey.
out now.
So the album is out. It's on all streaming services.
Now you watch
Yeah,
my
on
story.
vinyl.
It's very good. It's very good.
They don't got the copy I got though with the autographs.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's fire.
the signatures.
I think I'm the only one with both, unless you guys did it for anyone else.
I
Which
don't-
I'll be pissed if you did.
I don't remember. To be honest, I don't remember, dog.
I'm just seeing who else is on it.
I don't remember. That's some serious talk, though.
A cool name. I saw something Zaldi. Ben Zaldi.
Oh, okay. I've never said this publicly. Ben Zadie is his name.
Oh, okay.
and
That's sick.
Sorry, Ben, I apologize.
My stoner brain, like when I don't know who it like talked about him first. It probably was Saul because he saw me. I called him Bake Ziti in my head this whole time.
Baked ziti.
Yeah, because his name's Ben Zadie, and I was like Bake Ziti. That's just like what.
Dude, it's close enough. Like that's easier to remember, honestly.
Yeah.
So it's definitely close enough.
It's
Where
close.
like they might think it's just your accent.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Ben Zadie. Bake Ziti.
Bezay.
Bake Ziti. But no, I don't mean any disrespect. It was just a stoner thing that my brain, like a word association. Kind
It's
of.
how you, yeah, exactly. Plus, it's sick. If anything, he's gonna be hype.
He's fire too. Like he can rap. He doesn't. I don't know if he like releases the rap stuff, but I've seen him put some snippets up on Instagram. He can rap, but he really is like a producer, singer, songwriter type of dude.
Mm.
As far as like the music he makes and like the stuff I've seen him produce more in like the indie rock, folkish rock vibe. Very
Right.
fire. And yeah, he's on a song called Grapevine. Yeah,
Fire.
that joint is fire. I made that beat when I was on mushrooms in my backyard. And so
Yep.
Been there, done that.
Yep.
the song was called Backyard for the longest because that's just what the beat was called. And it's like a very, very just dope little loop, and they made a wonderful song to it. And Ben wrote a great hook and played some guitar on it and did like added to the production a bit. So yeah, he's on there. Dave
Dude,
Sinead
I
is on
really
there.
like the Illa Joy joint. The Illa J
Layers.
joint. Layers.
Yeah.
I feel like
sure.
that
Illa
one.
Joy? Who's Illa Joy?
Dude,
Who's Illa Joy? I don't know Illa
Dude,
Joy.
it's
Who's
the
that?
hat. Sorry, it's the hat.
I've never heard of this Illa Joy. Is he from Illinois?
It's technically your fault because you gave me the hat. But no, that joint, I feel like that's like if you play that song will describe the album. You know, it fits the album like
Which joint?
Ooh,
layers.
The one with Illa Joy.
Yeah, the one with Illa Joy.
Because he's on the album twice.
Oh,
Illa Joy's on the album twice.
That's so good, bro. That's so.
So you got Bake Ziti,
Yeah, Big CD.
featuring Illa Joy. I said Carly.
Yeah, exactly. It's just how it's this thing I do to like help me remember certain things.
Yeah, he's a very happy dude, very good energy, very joyful kind of guy. So,
He would love it.
Yeah.
And he would. He's a very nice
Yeah.
guy.
Hey,
Shout out to Illa Joy.
what if he wants, you know, the J, what if that's what it stands for?
Yo,
It's just a J. You could put whatever you want after it.
That's
if you
true.
want to.
That's true.
So this
Oh shit.
This reminds me of one time I was dating. I had one of my ex-girlfriends. She was a dancer. So she was at the dance club and she met some dude and she was in the music industry of some sort. And she was known to like text me a little drunk and with like misspellings and things. And she said, I met this guy in the music industry. I told him about you and said you worked with Jay Dolla's brother. I was like, Jay Dollar? Well, who the fuck's Jay Dollar?
Oh, that's sick.
Ooh.
Yeah, it was a classic one. So we
Jay
got
Dollar and Illa Joy,
Illa
man.
Joy, bro.
Legendary. Legends.
That's like that thing where like you can't say a word wrong around your friends. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah.
It's not
It could
even
be
that. The shit
anything.
was funny as hell. If it wasn't funny, it's like, all right, cool. Like we won't pay that any attention. But
Yeah.
that shit was funny. My
It's
rocker
because
is
I was
warm.
reading it. It's because I was
My
reading it at
rocker
the
is
same time.
warm. That shit took me out, bro. Crazy.
Oh, shit. Oh man.
Oh,
shit.
Shout out to Illa J. Shout out to all the features on the album.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It ain't
great
pretty,
album.
but it's beautiful out now. It's a
Yeah.
nice listen. 10 tracks. You can't go wrong. Go
Yeah.
run that shit.
You really can't go wrong. It's a sick project. I produced it. Elon mixed it. I did some mixing as well, and he did the final. Mastered by Dave Cooley, the legendary Dave Cooley.
Yeah.
Shout
Damn.
out Dave Cooley.
He mixed, some Dilla stuff and mastered some Dilla stuff and mixed and mastered some Mocha Only shit. And just in the rap world, that's what he's done. But I think he's done, his credits are crazy. But that's like Saul's bud. So that was
I mean, all that work put together sounds really good.
Yeah.
I think he like understood the sound we made too. Like, that's the guy. So
That's it too.
Yeah.
yeah, so it was sick. Damn, that shit got me. That shit gave me the giggles.
Bro, that shit is so funny. Oh.
That's all shit. Y'all still laughing about that?
Y'all still laughing? I'm taking this
That's some
fucking
old shit
hat
right
off.
there.
I don't want this Mariners hat.
I don't even like this hat no more.
Yeah, if it's not a gray bin.
Yeah, bro. All right, I think now's a perfect time for a TBK random fact of the day.
Oh, shit.
Why you keep being muted? Hold on. Oh shit.
And now, a TBK random fact of the day. You know who it is. This is TBK random fact of the day. And today's random fact is butterflies can taste with their feet with something we call chemoreceptors. I don't know what the hell that is. Anyway, it helps the women butterflies select the correct leaf on which they lay eggs by drumming it with their feet to release their juices. That's funny. I know a woman in Costa Mesa who also loves to release too. Anyway, back to the show.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you, TBK.
Shout out to TBK, man.
The best thing about him is it's always facts I didn't know.
Yeah.
Nobody ever knows.
I didn't know that about butterflies, nor did I know that about his friend in Costa Mesa.
Yeah.
Shout out to Costa Mesa.
Sounds wifeable.
Sounds like a keeper. That's our friend. If you don't know TBK, he's our friend Thunderbird Kelly. He's been around a long time. He doesn't have a computer, so he's not able to be on the podcast with us. So you'll hear a random fact from him every episode. He'll phone it in.
He doesn't even have a phone. He doesn't even have a phone. I hit him up on, what was it, like tbkhotshit@aol.com.
Okay. All right. Well,
And I was like, all right, bro. Well, come on.
how did he record it then? If it
Probably through the headphone, like a mic.
He probably did the old, yeah.
It did sound like it had a
I'm
little
imagining.
hiss to it.
Yeah, that did not sound good. So who knows what he's on? Who knows what he's recording on?
Yeah. But very interesting fact about
Yeah, it's not about how it sounds. It's about what is said.
exactly.
That is true.
This is very true.
That is true. Shout out to TBK, legendary T&E honoree.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
He's a alumnus for sure. He's the
The com-
Jerobi of T&E and
Yeah, he's an
Green
alumni.
Team, I'd say.
yeah, for sure.
Let's take it here. Let's take it here.
The
Oh
community
shit!
loves them.
Let me host. I'll ask the questions.
Dude, I'll
There
just
we
be down
go.
here shredding.
Yeah, and so when you're talking about when you mention let me get my podcast voice on. When you mention T&E, when you're mentioning T&E, what are you talking about?
So T&E was a crew founded in Portland, Oregon. Myself and Calvin up there, the guy hosting, we became homies over just the love for music. And then he was like, "Yo, I'm moving to Portland. Whoop the band, whoop the band. You should come through, see the studio, checking it out."
Yep.
And then I had another homie by the name of Tope. He was in a group called Living Proof. We were just kind of working on some stuff and kicking it. And one day I was like, "Hey, is it cool if the homie comes through?" Calvin started playing some beats, and it was like, "Hey, wanna be our producer, DJ? What we gotta do something.
Gotta do something. Yeah.
We gotta do something."
Yeah.
I mean, what's your input on that?
I would say that's pretty uh spot on. Like basically I like moved up to Portland. I'd already known you a little bit from like we did and I'd known of Tope because we did like a Living Proof release party. That's probably where I met you as well.
I think so, yeah.
I might have met you before that, and then we already knew each other. But either way, we knew each other for a few years before I moved up there, but we never really like hung out or anything. It was just like whatever. I would send beats randomly, or you would send shit. And then I moved up to Portland. I was like living right on Hawthorne Street. Me and the homie built the studio in the basement. And then I think you and Trox came through.
Yep.
And we
Shout out
walked
Trox.
to the CD Game Exchange.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's where Tope was working at the time. I think he was a manager there or some shit.
He's a manager there. Yeah, he's a manager.
And so we just all said what up and was like, yo, if you after work, if you want to come through, or like, and I don't know if he came through that day or if it was like another day and we all linked up again. Yeah. And then it was that. I remember it was like, I was just played the first beat and y'all like, this is crazy. Then I played the second beat and you're like, this is crazy. And then I played like 4 more and you're like, all right, all those were tight. And then it was like, maybe we should all do something.
Yeah.
That was that. It was like that. And then we made a track and it was up from there. We started, running and gunning.
Yeah. Running and gunning. Dare I say that, that was the thing that it might have been too early. Those guys are pretty fucking good. They're pretty good.
The T&E boys?
Oh yeah, pretty good.
Yeah, the project, the music we made was awesome. You and Tope were great, like, back and forth, like totally different voices.
Yeah.
Styles, like Tope super laid back.
Yep.
Dope,
for sure.
like dope flow and shit. And you're coming at them hardcore sometimes. And on stage, that's the one thing about T&E for sure. Like the stage shows off the charts. It was like I was in the back with the keys and the MPC, like and controlling the beats and shit, and Tope and Epp up front just going wild. And
put on the show. We definitely put on. That was fun too because that was at the time where like not everybody was a rapper. People were still fans.
Yep.
And yeah, exactly.
For sure.
And then like it was just like all the close homies, all the people that we rock with were coming out, but also it was just a bunch of new people at every show. Yeah, people were showing that love. We put on it was a good time. I mean, even had other rappers being like, "Hey, like you guys are the reason why I perform like this." It's just like
that's crazy.
Much respect. Yeah.
You're doing some shit, and like because Tope was already like killing it on the solo tip, and you and him had done like shows together, and really technically now that I'm remembering, like the first T&E song was to a Trox beat.
That is true.
It was before it was T&E.
That is true.
Yeah. The confusing part. We called the group T&E, but it was with the X in the middle, and I was like the X.
He was the X.
Or the X factor of the group or whatever, and that just confused the shit out of people.
It confused everybody.
Yeah, they didn't know it was a trio. They just thought it was a duo. The amount of times we got a write-up and they'd be like, the dynamic duo, T&E, and there'd be a picture of all 3 of us. Be like a picture of all 3 of us. Dynamic duo. I'm like, how you... Anyway.
There's plenty of time where we'd be like, hey, there's 3 of us. It was just like, well, we couldn't be TGE. It just wouldn't work.
No.
It just wouldn't work. And that was the thing we all agreed on. We're like, all right. And nobody got it. But special time.
Yeah, I think you
Great
guys might have
times.
already been calling yourself T&E, and that's why we were like stuck on it.
Okay, yeah, like right before we all linked up, I think that kind of was the case, and it was like, well, shit, G's the man in the middle. He's the X factor. Puts
Yeah,
it all together. Us on the raps, him on the beats and shit. And,
Yeah.
but
you know,
we was on point with it. We was doing shows. It was hella fun, and then we made one song or two songs, and then the next session we had Illmaculate came over, or Illmac came over, and we made this song called The Basics,
yeah,
which ended up becoming like
An anthem.
it's a crazy song. That's a
Yeah, it
crazy
became
song.
kinda like
People used to go crazy.
yeah.
Yeah,
There was this compilation. The only reason I'm remembering it is because I like found the CD at my brother's house because we were just up in Oregon and Seattle, and it's like the PDX Pop Now,
yep,
and that was like a big compilation. Like when you were coming up, like in the Portland or in the Oregon scene in general, like if you could get on the PDX Pop Now like compilation CD, you were like, we're doing something. Like we're making enough noise that these, somebody's checking. And the
for
Basic
sure.
was the first song on the 2000 and I don't know 10 maybe
I
2000
think it might have been 2011.
or
I want to
11
say,
somewhere around there. But
yeah,
it was the first song on that double disc compilation, so it was like
To
that should
set it off.
it set it off for show.
yeah, that definitely helped out a lot.
But yeah, the live show was crazy because Jemiah would like almost like scream, like emo scream sometimes, and
Yeah, he get in the crowd.
you would get
People would
y'all
go
would,
crazy
yeah,
when
y'all
you
would
do that.
definitely always get in the crowd and get the crowd going
Yep.
crazy, and you would like call people out. You'd be like, if you don't put your hands up, I'm gonna come fuck you, or whatever. But it's funnier than that, and it was
Just fun antics. We
Yeah,
had a lot of
but
fun
he
antics.
never would. He never
No,
would.
no, no,
That's the
never,
nicest
never.
person you ever meet.
yeah, no,
But it's
Never.
funny. And then they would get into it.
yeah, it was more funny than that. But
Dude, you know what my favorite shit was? So the song you guys would finish off with, right? Isn't that the one that you would get out, Calvin, and start rapping?
that's what
Oh,
we ended up making Party to the Late Night. Yeah,
yeah.
And then people would be like, because you've been playing keys, you've been MPC, you've been doing all that, going crazy, and then also you start rapping, people would lose their mind.
Yeah.
People
At the end, they're like, "What the hell?"
yeah, oh, and there was like it was a double time verse too, so it wasn't like that was the thing with the Saul show. I like came out and did Cape Lookout, and it's it's a Lawz beat, it's gonna be slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Slow,
gonna
yeah.
be slower.
It was just hella
Lower
slow,
BPM.
and I'm like on a road trip to Cape Lookout, park the Outback. It's just like a hella slow. So it was like the energy level. I was like, oh, if I would have came out with more of a banger, it might have been hype. But that was the thing with that T&E joint, Party to the Late Night was like just like a fucking
Exactly.
bouncy ass joint, and we were all like spitting. It was like a beat where you could double time on it. So I remember that part, always getting people hyped when it was just very funny because you like, yeah, it's just funny. But it was sick.
That's because there was a lot that that's because they were just fans of music and it sounded sick to them,
Yeah, it was hype.
And it was sick.
Yeah.
It like worked out perfect.
We're just having fun. I think like the coolest thing about that is that we were just like, we're gonna do whatever we want, music wise, and people were just like, yeah, please do.
Yeah.
So,
and by that part of the show, they were already so into it because you guys been giving them a great show the whole time. So they're super into it. They're losing it by that last song. Everyone's jumping, screaming.
No, it was
fun
sick.
times.
Hope is a great performer. I don't know if he's still is performing, but he is a great performer.
Yeah.
He's like making beats now. I mean, he was always making beats, but it seems like that's his focus. Fire.
Yeah. He's in the Bay doing his thing. Shout out to Tope, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Tope. That was a good time. Shout out to Illmac and everybody else who like supported.
Yeah.
D&E, Stewie, and it's countless. Everybody in Portland. Shit, I don't want to do a whole shout out. Fuck that.
Honestly, I will do one big shout out though.
Yeah.
And y'all will know exactly who I'm talking about. Shout out to the two big homies who always had on football jerseys, who always like they rapped the verses, but they didn't like it was the wrong. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Shout out to those
Shout
guys.
out to them.
Shout out to those guys, dude.
Hey, they were at the Kron release party, the only one Kron album that we did. They're at there.
Yeah.
This shit was going live that night that we did the show. These dudes knew the words to almost every song, and we did the album front to back.
Yeah.
Oh,
They were just mimicking Jemiah because you can't lie, bro. You would do that sometimes at shows too. I remember Tope
absolutely
about that. If you're like, this dude's not rapping his verse, how am I supposed to back up the rap if he's not saying real words?
Yeah, the
So maybe
memory.
they're just trying to
The
catch on
memory's
to your
been
vibe.
shot. Yeah,
But yeah,
They
shout out to them
started.
for sure, dude.
Yeah, shout out to them, man. They would be wilder. I remember one time one of the dudes fell down. I was like, he's gonna tear someone's ankle up if he falls on it.
Yeah, dude,
It's
those
a wrap.
great
The
guys.
football jerseys, that's the best way to explain them.
Yeah, those dudes.
Yeah, they were at every show for a good while.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Shout out to them.
Yeah, they supported everything.
You know what?
Yeah,
I'll smoke to that.
Yeah.
absolute.
I'll smoke to that. I'll smoke to that, baby. Hey, Calvin and Lawz, they're never back with a new episode of I'll smoke to that. I'll smoke to that, baby. Way that side.
Yeah,
That's
I think I labeled it wrong. It said it was lounge. That wasn't lounge.
yeah, that was a lounge.
that's a wild lounge.
Yeah, that's not
That's like
lounge.
That's like I guess if it's like a hairband hair salon lounge.
Yeah, I'll say.
I feel like that's a lounge in Reno.
yeah.
So that makes sense. That's fair. Yeah, we run
that's
that.
a Reno Rager lounge right there.
Yeah, it's a Reno Rager.
Reno. I've spent some time in Reno, Nevada. That's for sure.
Oof.
I've been there a couple times.
Go to the Atlantis, get myself a
Mm.
nice pastrami sandwich.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, tried to on challah bread, of course, or on challah, and
Of course.
tried to get
Every
the,
time.
the sandwich after me one time because I ordered the Reuben on challah, and they're like, "What, a Reuben on challah? That's crazy!" And then what they did is they went over to the deli next door and got a whole loaf, challah loaf, cut it open, made a whole fucking Reuben with a whole gigantic loaf of challah, and then brought it out, and it was like 4 gigantic sandwiches. I ate it. I was like visiting Lake Tahoe, and I like had like pastrami like 4 days in a row. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a great time.
It was crazy. I was like, I just wanted like a slice of challah with a sandwich.
Yeah, I just wanted a sandwich.
Yeah, not the whole.
Did they
fucking
charge you for like
I don't think so. I think they were just like stoked. I think they just got a little like ahead of like I think they just got stoked on the idea. Like whoever's in the kitchen was like, "What? This is crazy," and kind
They
of
loved it.
went all out because I remember it being like $30 or whatever the regular sandwich price.
yeah. I mean that's worth it.
Damn.
But yeah, anyway,
Shout out to Atlantis and Reno. If y'all want a 20 foot long sandwich, you know what I mean? Hey, head over to the Atlantis. They'll get your order fucked up,
yeah, they'll fuck up.
but it'll be delicious.
He'll be sick.
Tell me what the Calvin Valentine.
Yeah, you'll never want another Reuben ever again. That was the last.
Tell him Calvin sent you.
I said,
That was the last Reuben you ever
I'm done with Reubens.
had. I went over to the Atlantis and they got my order wrong.
Yeah,
No more Reubens for me.
Yeah, I gotta adjust now.
it made me.
I keep having to adjust where I'm sitting, so I'm like, sitting appropriately.
the AI put this bong in a very terrible place because it's like either I gotta be like just hanging.
You
out.
got it's right on top of it.
Yeah, it's like, or it's like it's on my shoulder. I don't know.
It's all
Yeah.
good. It's working.
You got what movie should we watch next week? What do you guys
Ooh.
got?
All right. Let's think what's on.
Oh, it's all good. Hey, I find everything, baby. It don't even matter.
All right.
It's okay.
Yeah, he'll find it.
Uh,
Let me see. I had some notes. I was thinking like CB4.
cool. Okay.
You guys have any ideas, and then we'll like kind of vote.
Yeah. Well, I thought you had something written down.
I just had CB4 and Airheads as examples.
No,
Yeah, I remember Airheads was one you mentioned.
I'm
Yeah.
down to do Airheads.
Yeah, let's do Airheads.
Yeah.
I'm down with Airheads.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a good question. Would you watch How High 3 with Method Man and Redman? Like they did another movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
Yeah.
what I won't do
Why would it be
is
3?
watch the second one because they did a second one.
Yep. I forgot it
Oh.
exists. Yep. I was gonna say something about it today, and I was like, nah.
The one
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Lil Yachty in it or something?
I think so. But
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, so I can't say nothing. but
I didn't even know he smoked.
I would watch 3 if they did a number 3. I'd watch it because it's them.
Yeah.
I'd watch it. I wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't.
No,
I
it
wouldn't
would be
have.
good.
I wouldn't have high expectations or get my hopes up.
Yeah,
But I would imagine it's gonna be funny because it's them.
like, how do y'all feel about
Exactly.
that? Like, they were talking about like doing, Friday, like a Friday, another Friday or some shit like that.
It's. I
Like how
think
they
it's called
did,
Last Friday.
or how they
Last Friday. And
did.
then didn't they say they're trying to get the original cast too? Like everybody
Yeah.
back?
Well, you can't pop. You can't get everybody.
Yeah.
I feel like, yeah, I mean, even if they got Chris Tucker
I think
back, it's just like it's
I'm
I
with
feel like
it.
it might be too long. I mean, I'm down, but it's just been so long, and like two of the movies are absolute classics.
hmm
Um, you know, of
But I
course,
like all 3. I watched the third one on
yeah,
Christmas.
Cat Williams,
hmm
I mean, goes crazy.
Maybe
Yeah,
when that one came out, I was probably like, I don't know, because I was so hung up on the first one.
right.
But now I like all 3.
Oh, I love the second one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the second one's so
that
good.
was so good.
Yeah, the second one's my shit. I like the third one too. Shit.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I just don't really like when movies do that. Like when they did the Dumb and Dumber, or just like when it's like way too long
Yeah,
in the sequels and shit. It's just kind of like they end up like kind of
yeah,
reusing jokes.
exactly. You got to do it like how Back to the Future did it, like bam, 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 or movies
right.
like that when they did that.
Yeah, but hey, it's Hollywood, baby. They're trying to make some coin.
Yeah,
So we'll see. Like, we're about to get that new Happy Gilmore. Like,
true.
hopefully it's funny.
Hope so.
Got low expectations. All I've seen is like a bunch of cameos, and I'm like, ugh.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like
whenever they
it's gonna
start
be
doing
one
it,
of
it's like,
those.
uh-oh.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's just gonna
hmm
be like a bunch of
Hmm.
fucking cameos. We'll see though. I don't know. I love Adam Sandler, so it's like
Right.
in his shitty movies I love watching. So hopefully it's
Yeah.
I really like that. Like the latest one that he put out that I really dug was that one called Pixels.
Pix-
If you
I don't
haven't
know if I saw that one yet.
watched
I'll
Yeah,
that,
I don't
check
think I
it.
saw Pixels.
funny. It's tight. It's a little action movie too. It's good stoner movie because it's like a lot of shit going on and it's bright and like it's about like eh. I'll tell you just go watch it.
Go look it up. You see, yeah.
That movie's too new to even discuss it on this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
This shit. Yeah, man. Well, all right. What movie do we say we're watching next week?
Airheads.
Airheads.
Airheads a classic.
Yeah, I got that over here.
Airheads is a classic.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Back in our
Oh yeah.
places of where we live.
Ooh, I like that background, Ep.
A little stony baloney.
Dude, when I was camping last year when they had those what were they called? The Northern Lights.
Northern Lights, yeah.
Yeah, and that shit was crazy. I was out in the woods, so there's no city lights, and you'd
Fire.
see it like flicker, and like it was crazy, dude.
Hell yeah. Yeah, that must have been so that's one of those times where it's like, we need shrooms, baby. I need to really
That's what it felt
I
like.
need to fall apart right now.
Ooh, some boomers, quick.
It needs to boom me down, player.
Exactly.
That.
Yeah.
I smoked to that. Oh yeah, well shit. This is this is where we end it.
Yep, right where we
Well,
began it.
Right where we began. Right
this was another episode of I'll Smoke
I'll
to
smoke
That
to
with
that.
Calvin Valentine, Lawz Spoken, and myself, Epp. Y'all have a great time. Keep being high. Keep watching good ass movies. We'll see y'all on the next one.
Yes, sir.
One love.